accident. Whoops.
Both of the runners agreed to run on Japanese, but I guess pollsmor decided to play English.
He just realized that he's on English. He made a mistake.
Alright, so we will probably adjust MetroidMaster's time by adding another 8 seconds to his run, just to keep things fair.
Yeah, that's what we should probably do. But pollsmor did make a mistake. It's on him, really.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the race is not close enough for that to matter.
So looks like pollsmor is having some internet issues.
Oh no, they're just syncing here.
Oh, okay. pollsmor is a keyboard warrior. He plays on keyboard, and MetroidMaster plays on console, I think. Can you imagine playing on a keyboard, Ross?
Well, back in 1998, I could. I mean, when I had a Super Nintendo emulator, that's all I had, a keyboard. But, you know, times have changed. pollsmor should be using a controller now.
Yeah. I mean, when I play Zero Mission on emulator, I use a keyboard too, but I'd rather be playing with my controller on console.
Alright, pollsmor getting a 135 missiles against MetroidMaster's 141.
And then they're gonna go for the double here. Let's see if pollsmor get it.
pollsmor getting a double. MetroidMaster also getting a double. Very nice. No advantages here. In fact, I think MetroidMaster was his fight was a little bit faster because he got the double on the first round, as opposed to pollsmor's second round.
He did get on the first round, but he didn't lure the worm to the left, so he lost a little time there, and they ended up.
Yeah, so probably breaking even. Although MetroidMaster did take a hit trying to farm some extra missiles, and he's short one missile. And pollsmor, I think, was also short one missile here. So once again, oh, and MetroidMaster having some issues destroying the first hive. If a bug is in the way and you accidentally kill it, another bug will immediately replace it, and so you'll just continue to shoot bugs instead of the hive. A good way to prevent this is to aim downwards, angled down towards the base of the hive, so you'll basically guarantee that you'll never hit a bug.
Yeah, and if you shoot a missile at a bug accidentally, and then you shoot another missile, you could just whiff both of your missiles, and that's always unfortunate.
Yeah.
I've definitely had that happen to me before.
So pollsmor on his way to pick up the bombs, which should be in the next room. MetroidMaster not that far behind. pollsmor with a 321 bombs.
Yeah, pollsmor's going to take the commanding early game lead.
Yeah, and I would expect pollsmor to continue to pull ahead more and more. pollsmor's movement is a little bit better than MetroidMaster's, but this is also a very volatile category. Things can happen, such as the Cocoon fight, or Ridley himself, or maybe even AWS. So
I've seen people fall in Norfair too.
Fall in Norfair? What do you
Yeah.
mean? Oh, dude, the crumble blocks.
Yeah.
pollsmor did that in his last race, and that's the reason why he's in the losers bracket right now.
Who did he lose to?
He lost to Scotty.
Oh, okay. That race was pretty bad, if I remember correctly. Scotty also would have lost to this one guy, but Scotty died in one of his races, and he still won because the other guy died too. It was a huge mess.
Wow. So Scotty in the winners bracket, seemingly through luck. I don't think pollsmor is going to make the same mistake in this race, though.
Even if he does, he does have quite a bit of a movement edge over MetroidMaster, so there's a lot of time he can lose and still win.
That's true. As
Look
you
as
can
rusty
see,
is.
yeah, pollsmor getting a 5-minute Brinstar versus MetroidMaster, who's still in Brinstar. We'll easily calculate the difference here.
Yeah, and in any percent, there are no real major route changes. So he's 17 seconds behind pollsmor. pollsmor's ammo looks good. He might be going for heal skip.
Oh yeah, his ammo is looking really good for the hill skip. MetroidMaster, I don't think is known to do refill skip.
Yeah, and his ammo situation is awful. Yeah, he's not going for it. If they use missiles in this room, you can just tell that they're not doing it.
And if pollsmor does get the refill skip, it'll put him. pollsmor paused the game for some reason.
What?
Giving MetroidMaster a chance to catch up here.
What is he doing? pollsmor is known to be a keyboard warrior who chats all the time, so maybe he'll tell us.
That's a weird play. I mean, he hasn't said anything in chat either, so something must have happened. Maybe his mom yelling at him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like 15 now. He's not exactly old.
So that pause caused maybe a 4 to 5 second time loss for pollsmor. As we get a mini high five, MetroidMaster is not that far behind. pollsmor very nicely getting the double bomb jump. Pillars were still trying to rise as pollsmor left the room. MetroidMaster with an interesting setup for his double bomb jump.
I missed it. What did MetroidMaster do?
He did a triple bomb setup for it.
Oh,
I guess I know, like, I think JC also does that.
I think I used to do that too.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps a good rhythm, so that's probably the reason why he does that.
Oh, that's another weird setup by MetroidMaster. Morphing on the elevator platform. I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, it's a little slower to do that. Optimally, you would anytime you morph, you would want to do it mid-air. So MetroidMaster spent a little bit of time setting that up.
And you don't save time with the morph there unless you
clear all the platforms.
Yeah, you have to clear at least one.
So pollsmor picking up Ice Beam. Looks like he will do the skip.
Yeah, his ammo's pretty good for it. MetroidMaster's gonna have to take a heal, and that's going to make him lose like 6 more seconds.
Yeah, but pollsmor takes a dip in the acid, so he's gonna maybe have a little trouble farming the missiles that he needs for Cocoon.
Yeah, if I'm pollsmor in this situation, I'm thinking I'm gonna get an extra missile early because it helps a lot.
Yeah, at this point, since he only took 10 damage, 30 damage, I was gonna say that he could farm the pipe bug and hope for a big health, but that's not the case anymore. Having some issues placing the bomb there for the secret path. So, if you're pollsmor, you most likely would want to pick up this missile tank first, so that you have a better chance of getting good ammo. He skips it, and he's gonna press his luck here.
Yeah, that's aggressive, and it's probably a time loss because he's a bunch to get the ammo need.
Yeah, okay, he luckily has enough ammo.
If you're not at full health, the game tends to give you health more. It converts your health into missiles if you are at full health. So.
Setting up the nice quick kill for Cocoon. No problems there. MetroidMaster recently refilling doesn't even care about getting drops here. So there was no stutter in his step. MetroidMaster going for the slightly slower strat here, but more comfortable for those that can't or have issues doing the optimal strat.
Yeah, this strategy is tough. Getting triple missiles is very specific.
Yeah, Cocoon is arguably the most difficult fight in almost any category. The other one being Mecha Ridley and low percent.
So MetroidMaster is about 30 seconds behind now.
pollsmor wisely stopping to farm that pipe bug, getting full health here. Health is kind of an issue here in the side hopper room if you take excessive hits, because you'll need at least, I want to say 61 health for the upcoming side hopper rooms if you want to do it optimally.
Wow, that was beautiful on pollsmor's end. That was a really good side hopper room.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
And I was gonna say he only 20 damage by the end of it, so he's free. He doesn't worry about himself.
All right, let's see. MetroidMaster's actually. Oh, don't fall in there. His side hopper room was a little slower, but still clean, relatively clean. He does have more than enough health that he needs for the upcoming side hopper room. Will be another high five here. MetroidMaster with no issues getting through the first puzzle, pillar room. He'll have to revisit it to get his second super missile pickup.
There is a route where you can skip the second super missile, but you'll never see people doing that, I don't think. It saves like a second overall, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's really risky too, especially in a race since you only have 2 supers.
Yeah, it's really risky, and your ammo is not in a good spot, so you have to get lucky in that aspect too.
Alright, so pollsmor picking up the safety E-Tank here and then refilling. It's a good idea to get that E-Tank first before refilling for a faster refill because your health is already at max.
pollsmor probably taking that safety since he knows he's ahead. I'm sure he's watching the stream.
Oh, pollsmor taking advantage of the fireballs Ridley shot out, farming them for extra missiles. Although it's not the best Ridley fight, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, the best is if you don't get fireballs and you kill him before he sweeps back upwards. Looks like pollsmor's going to have to farm his super missile since he's not at full.
MetroidMaster getting a good setup for Ridley fight here. I think he's going to have a better... Nope, he also gets fireballs. Oh, MetroidMaster only deciding to shoot out 1 fireball. Still better than none. pollsmor also getting... He gets a second safety E-Tank.
He's going to have to farm the owls here. It's really annoying to have to do that, though. I like farming the owls above the E-Tank, usually.
Uh-oh. Lucky enough to get a missile there, or super there.
Yeah, it looks like the owls weren't in a good position. If you mess that room up very slightly, the owls are going to be in different positions when you reach the top, so it's a little irritating. Looks like MetroidMaster getting that 30 tank too.
The only difference here is that MetroidMaster does not need to farm these owls, so just go ahead and skip them all.
Oh, he messed up the patented raw strat there. You gotta shoot your beam at a specific spot to get a guaranteed freeze.
Yep. It is kind of annoying since missile management is still important at this point. So wasting another missile on that Nova that could get in the way is pretty annoying.
You could also potentially use a missile to open the door and get a really early charge shot, and pollsmor had enough missiles to do that. MetroidMaster not knowing the raw setup, but getting lucky.
Yeah, I guess lucky there. The Nova was not in the way to begin with.
I recently did a theory test in the room that pollsmor is in right now. Very interesting to figure out the best movement for that, because those are a lot of options. Movement in this game is fairly diverse. There's a lot of things you can do, like you can ledge grab, you can wall jump, you can try skipping ledges, dead jump extend. There's a lot you can do, and in that room in particular, there's a lot of different options, and it's pretty cool. You usually see the players... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, in terms of like diversity in the way you platform, a good example would be, for example, if there were two platforms above you, and one was high enough that you could ledge grab it, it would be just the same as if you were to wall jump off the second platform onto the top.
Yeah, this is very true. In general, you want to do wall jumps over ledge grabbing and hopping and getting up, like pressing A and just, you know, pulling yourself up. But yeah, it really depends. It's really complicated, honestly.
Yeah, and ideally, if you do need to ledge grab, ideally you want to do it at the maximum height possible that Samus can get up. Yeah, because it means you'll skip a platform.
Looks like pollsmor is coming up to acid worm skip. Let's see if he gets it first try.
Tries the one bomb and messes up. He does know the HPJ back up here, but MetroidMaster will catch up. And if MetroidMaster does get AWS first try, he'll definitely close the gap here.
Looks like pollsmor gets HPJ first try. He was practicing it a little earlier, so... pollsmor still has a pretty significant lead over MetroidMaster, though.
Yeah. Alright, and MetroidMaster is now in the AWS room.
pollsmor using way more missiles than he should. He's not going to have very many for the side hopper room, and that's going to cost him. You can use beam shots in this room, and it doesn't cost you any time.
Yeah. MetroidMaster getting acid worm skip first try, so he'll gain a little bit of time here. I want to say that for pollsmor, the reason why he would use missiles is because it might be difficult for him to use charge beam with his keyboard.
That could very well be. You don't have to use charge beam, though. You could also just you can use well-placed beam shots and jump over, and it's still pretty fast.
Yeah. So, or maybe he's just used to be playing 100%, where missile management isn't as important since you'll refill at space jump.
That's true too. Looks like pollsmor has no problems with grade. I used to get scared with only 3 super missiles back in the day. Yeah.
I think a lot of us still do.
pollsmor setting up for heal glitch and getting it. Nice. If you collect them on the same frame as you heal, you collect ammo and you start picking up the item. That's pretty cool. What happened?
MetroidMaster with a really interesting and scary grade fight. I don't know if he does that normally.
What did he do?
He basically shot his first 2 missiles as he entered the room. And then for his 3rd missile, he jumped right into his mouth and shot the third one.
Oh my god, that does sound scary. Looks like MetroidMaster is not going to go for the heel glitch, unfortunate. And he goes way back there, wow.
Yeah, ideally, if you were planning to refill, which you should be, that would be the best place because you can easily perform a refill glitch that Sam mentioned. There are 2 other refill stations on the way to Turian, so MetroidMaster will probably pick the Chozodia sitting at the bottom part of Brinstar.
The one on the top of Brinstar is the one we used to get way back in the day, but we never actually timed things, so it turns out to just be slower to take that route.
And I think the reason why people took the top one a long time ago is because they were worried they would take damage before or after getting the bottom one, which is something you don't want to do.
That could very well be true.
So we'll see here whether or not MetroidMaster will get this refill. And it does. It's also important to note that pollsmor also skipped Brinstar Super. We may see Zeb skip here.
We could very well could. Looks like MetroidMaster's not going to do it at Brinstar Super either. I know MetroidMaster does not do Zebetite skip though.
Okay, so he's going to go with the traditional. He'll be picking up his 6th super after killing Charlie. So will pollsmor.
So if you don't do Zebetite skip, it's usually a better idea to pick up Brinstar Super, honestly. Let's see how well they manage their ammo. Usually you can tell how good a player is by how well they manage their ammo in Turian. I released a guide recently for those of you who are actually interested, because it's really annoying to see people have like no supers at the end of Turian and just play Turian. I don't know the right word for it. Maybe you can find it for me, Ross.
Carefree?
Yeah, I guess that's the word you could use.
pollsmor saving his 2 supers for these 2 Metroids as mentioned in Sam's guide.
He does get grabbed though. That Metroid is a little annoying because it can stay up top and just troll you.
Yeah, sometimes it's a guessing game as to whether or not that thing's actually going to come down. And then, because the screen doesn't scroll up as you jump, that Metroid could be right on top of that platform waiting for you, and the moment you jump, you get grabbed.
Looks like pollsmor is getting pretty good in super missile up.
Getting really lucky with the super drops, yeah. So he'll use another super here, and hope that he gets a super drop. As far as his missile goes, he's really good.
Yeah, I think he's playing a little aggressively in turn. He could have used missiles, but yeah, he should have used missiles instead of using supers at the start of the room.
Yeah. And so it looks like he will not be doing Zeb skip. Just going plain old strats here.
MetroidMaster using his super missiles even less. Ross can probably find the better word for me, but he is not using his super missiles intelligently. It's paying off for him though because he's getting really good luck.
He's getting really good RNG for his supers here. He's gonna save him now. I would hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Because having the farm for supers can get really annoying sometimes. We've seen a runner in the races. In one of the races, I actually spent like a good minute trying to find a super. But all in all, I think MetroidMaster had the better missile count here against pollsmor.
Did pollsmor get Zebetite skip?
No, he just shot out the Zebs.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
So MetroidMaster is going to have a significantly easier time farming than pollsmor did because he doesn't need a super. Unless the Rinkas troll him and give him supers anyway. Alright, MetroidMaster is good for ammo and he'll be making his way to Mother Brain. Meanwhile, pollsmor is 2 more rooms away from leaving.
it's gonna be a good spot to check how far ahead pollsmor is too.
MetroidMaster getting pushed around by Rinkas here. It can get annoying when they start flying around, and that usually happens when you just blaze through those Zebetite areas and not giving the Rinkas time to track you. So what happens is when you try to ledge grab up and into this fight, the Rinkas will track you at that point and then start all flying at you.
This room's pretty random too, so...
Yeah, it can get really annoying if the Rinkas track you in like the worst spots.
Yeah, and turrets are completely random, so if they like shoot out at you, you can't really predict what they're gonna do. Really annoying though.
So MetroidMaster making his way out while pollsmor is enjoying his cutscene.
You know, I have to wonder what Nintendo is doing when they made Samus so suggestive in these cutscenes. I mean, isn't it a little weird? So it looks like pollsmor is about 1 minute and 10 seconds ahead.
What year was this game released? 2002? 4?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, so being PC was not necessarily a thing back then.
I mean, it's a children's console, right?
They do have ESRB ratings, and I think this one is for teen.
Yeah, I wonder if it would have gone down if they hadn't had those risque pictures.
pollsmor taking his safety save as well as a refill here. I wonder if he is worried about his suitless game. That save's going to cost him a little bit of time, especially if MetroidMaster does not. I do know that MetroidMaster will most likely get a refill because a single hit in this section is game over.
Yeah, and he's not... it can be worth risking skipping a heal to save a bit of time, but at this point, the only thing that's going to cost him is death. I mean, the only thing that's going to prevent him... The only way he's going to lose is if The only way he's going to win is if pollsmor dies. Wow, that took me a while.
Yeah, at this point, RNG is basically non-existent. There are only few rooms, maybe 1 or 2, that have RNG elements but can be easily avoided. MetroidMaster is skipping the save, so he'll save up a little bit of time here against pollsmor. So if your game is on point, you shouldn't even need a refill. But this is a race, so trying to be safe is something that these runners should consider while also trying to be fast. pollsmor getting the fast searchlights, very nice.
Oh, cool. pollsmor does the spin there, which saves 2 frames. I don't see absolutely anybody else doing that spin. I'll point it out when MetroidMaster gets there. It's one of my pet peeves to not see people save those 2 frames. But there's not a whole lot happening in Suitless, it's just platforming.
Oh, MetroidMaster thinking that a fully charged beam destroys a bomb block when it does not, as he just destroyed bomb blocks without a fully charged beam.
Nice way to point that out, Ross.
Yeah, he sat there and waited for a little bit, and then shot as soon as the beam charge was full.
Looks like MetroidMaster doesn't go for fast searchlights. Shame.
Yeah, the pistol has bomb block destroying properties, on top of freezing pirates at full charge. However, you do not need to have a fully charged shot to destroy a bomb block.
Oh, it looks like we see Sam's strat from pollsmor's end. And yeah, where MetroidMaster just was, you should have spent and you saved 2 frames. One of the interesting things about this game is that the spin to jump has some properties where Samus is... she's not shorter, but... well, yeah, she's technically a little shorter because she doesn't take up as much space, so you can go through some ledges that way.
It's looking pretty clean for both runners, aside from MetroidMaster's maybe 1 or 2 mistakes.
Yeah, there isn't a lot that you can lose time on here.
Yeah. pollsmor saved 1 second on MetroidMaster. Oh, actually, no. He hasn't done Samstart yet. We'll see if he can get it. No. pollsmor did save 1 second on fast searchlights, though.
Yeah, MetroidMaster doesn't go for Samstrat. He doesn't really know it.
Okay. So pollsmor is going to save 2 seconds, which basically negates the save that pollsmor did earlier. And now we have pollsmor and Charlie. MetroidMaster just a few rooms away. He's going to reset the alarm here.
So with 3 tanks, pollsmor is going to be able to damage boost Charlie and make him super consistent.
But will he, though? Remember, he doesn't have angle up and angle down.
I don't know how you play with that angle up and angle down, honestly. Oh, that's a really risky strat by MetroidMaster. That is so scary. That is one of the pirates that can kill you in any percent, or not in any percent, but it can kill you in any suitless run.
So he does go for the damage boost strats here.
It looks like he...
Well, he's using up and left and up and right. The problem is that he can't jump diagonally, like hold up and left and then jump and then shoot. He can't press more than 3 buttons at once with his keyboard, and that's why you just saw there with his jump, hop, horizontal shooting. So pollsmor is having difficulty with the last round of Charlie here. He only has what, 4 hits. Okay, he finishes the fight. Luckily, you know, surviving there.
Yeah.
As you saw, Charlie's speed gets progressively faster the more you miss. Let's see if MetroidMaster can get a better fight. It'll help him catch up for sure.
It's hard to get a much worse fight than what pollsmor got.
I'm pretty sure as long as MetroidMaster stays calm, and even if he missed 1 round, he'll still be alright. Oh, and he also jumps in and does a horizontal shot. That's it. Oh, but Charlie exposes his vulnerability again really fast. That's a much faster fight than pollsmor. So he'll catch up here a little bit.
Yeah, that was really fast. Even with a missed shot, that was an insanely fast Charlie.
Yeah, because he was vulnerable again, like immediately after MetroidMaster missed his shot. That was very interesting. I don't think that Charlie... So here's my take on the reason why damage boosting is on average faster. I think that Charlie's vulnerability spot shows up whenever Samus's pistol charge is full. So taking a hit the game developers must have thought that you accidentally shot at Charlie instead.
That is an interesting theory. My theory always was that the game is waiting for the glyph to get onto, the graphic. The glyph graphic getting onto the spot and maybe shooting changes that. But you could be right. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because like you saw in the very first round where he just sits there and does nothing, you'll never see him expose his vulnerability while you are still charging.
This is true. Maybe you're onto something.
If anyone knows, I mean, nobody really knows for exactly how that mechanic works. But that's my guess. I never actually told anyone until now.
Maybe you should theory craft on Mecha Ridley.
I don't want to.
Mecha Ridley is even more complicated, and I don't understand him, and he's annoying. Mecha Ridley's coming up in a bit, but he can sometimes shoot missiles. It's a little more likely if you're at low health, and he sometimes takes a while to swipe, and he's very random and annoying.
I would probably... What is MetroidMaster's PB? I want to say MetroidMaster's on PB pace, considering how he's barely made any big mistakes, or if any at all. Some of his mistakes were very minor.
Could very well be. He has gotten a PB recently.
Yeah, everything else looks pretty clean to me so far. He did get acid worm skip first try. We'll just have to see. MetroidMaster really is 25 seconds ahead, according to Jump.
Oh wow, okay.
Could we see another sub 40 runner in the near future? Meanwhile, pollsmor one room away from the Mecha Ridley fight.
What is pollsmor's on PB basis? I don't think so.
This is looking like a 39 for sure.
Yeah, okay. pollsmor's PB is 39 flat, I want to say.
And he gets all 6 supers into Mecha Ridley's chest. Very good fight, very clean fight.
Mecha Ridley's hard on keyboard. I don't know how to do it with missile shots quickly.
I think everything is hard on keyboard.
That's kind of true.
It's like playing DDR pad.
Looks like pollsmor went for a door bomb and didn't do it very well. pollsmor having a few problems with this room. It's a tough room. It's awkward without Wave being more power bombs or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, pollsmor accidentally takes a hit from that pirate. It's no big deal though. He'll be soon finished. MetroidMaster, one more room from Ridley fight.
Yeah, at this point, pollsmor basically can't lose anymore.
Yeah, even if he does mess up the ball spark, casually or going through that snaky room is not enough for MetroidMaster to catch up. And he goes for the space boost. Oh, MetroidMaster had to use some missiles on Mecha, so I'm assuming he missed one super based off the missile count that he has.
So MetroidMaster does not know the setup for the easy shine spark at the end of the game. So let's see if he gets it first try.
Oh, he goes for the hard one?
Yeah, he goes for the hard one. He doesn't know the easy setup, I don't think. Oh,
wow.
What? pollsmor does not know that you have to get to the you have to get to the gate right away, otherwise it doesn't start opening. pollsmor gets a 39.45. Not a bad run.
Yeah, really good run. Sub 40 is a very good time.
Yeah, we've had runners and winners bracket really late on into it, not even get a sub 40, so. It's pretty much as predicted, though. We predicted pollsmor winning by a fair margin here.
Yeah, but MetroidMaster probably still on PB pace here.
Yeah, let's see if he gets this Shine Spark trick. Maybe somebody should tell him about the easy way to do this. This is so scary. Yeah, he messed it up there. Yeah, somebody should tell him about the better setup for it, because this is really not a good method.
Oh, and so the better backup there, in case you do fall like MetroidMaster does, is to do a ball spark onto the incline to the right. That way you won't have to reapply a speed booster twice. Making sure that red pirate is gone so it won't bother him. And he gets that first pirate locked.
Looks like he didn't kill the second pirate quickly enough, so it went back down. But he got it done easily. Did MetroidMaster PB?
It's blue. I'm assuming he did.
Nice.
GG's to our runners. Very nice, clean race for both of them.
Of course, we won't get pollsmor in for an interview, but maybe MetroidMaster will come in.
GG. Are we gonna get MetroidMaster in here?
So who is pollsmor's next opponent here?
No one knows. It's going to be the winner between Destructor and Mickey now. Destructor is on a very nice, strong 38-39 streak. I don't think we've ever seen a sub 40 for Mickey in this entire tournament. So if I was a betting man, I would.
That was something.
Yeah, I would probably put my money on Destructor too, but Mickey is a fellow Quebecer, so I'm always rooting for him. And it would be funny to see two Quebecers taking out the guy from France, you know.
It almost sounds like Destructor needs some lessons learned with the way he's talking in the chat.
Yeah, both of the players, both of us commentators, have beaten the French runners, so.
Okay, I don't have permissions to give Destructor an MetroidMaster an invitation here anymore. So one of the speed gaming staff will have to do it.
Well, if MetroidMaster is watching, but the one thing he should really take note of is he should learn the setup for the escape spark, because that will help him out a lot. He'd have gained like 10-15 seconds there.
Woo! 29-16.
On another note, Loser's
like
bracket, the bottom half,
so close to just sub 29
so behind right
in game
now.
time. Actually, that probably would have been a sub 29 had I gotten the full 24-second PB that I was almost on. Like, hot dang.
Alright, hopefully one of the speed gaming staff sends him an invite.
Do we have any other Zero Mission runs coming up the next few days, Ross?
Yeah, I saw a few. One of them featuring Kirby Master. Let me check here. Yeah, Kirby Master versus Mr. Dino tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, Garnitrex versus JC. Both races in the losers bracket. Losers bracket is currently trying to catch up to the winners bracket. Pollsmor will be waiting for one more race, while Agzoto needs to wait for 2 more races.
That dang beep. It's very annoying.
So all in all, I would say that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 9 or 10 more races in this tournament.
Yeah, it looks like we're not gonna get an interview with MetroidMaster. I guess we can end it, right, Ross?
Yeah, I don't have the, I can't send the, what do you call that thing anymore. Sorry about that, MetroidMaster. I know that you want to come in here for an interview, but, that's all I have, unless we can get MetroidMaster in here.
Yeah, this is all I've got, too.
Oh, and it looks like below us in this Discord, they're already setting up for the next race, next event. So I think we're gonna get the boot here soon.
Alright, so yeah, later, guys.
Alright, thanks everyone for watching. It was a really fun race to see, and hopefully we will see you again. Have a good night.